What's up, guys? It's ALLDAYANTHONY, and welcome back to the RSX vlog that you hopefully know and hopefully continue to love, because in today's video, we're rolling Fenders. Let's go. Alright guys, welcome back to another Acura RSX Type S vlog, where today we are rolling some Fenders. And by we're rolling Fenders, I mean I'm not doing it, but my friend Chris is. He is the one that rolled the Fenders on the Civic. So I have an old video from back in the day when he did that, and honestly, he killed it. He did a fantastic job, and these Fenders have been rolled with no issues, no paint cracking, or anything like that for many, many years. And so ideally, I just want to replicate that over to the RSX Type S. And so what this is going to allow me to do is it's going to give me more clearance there. So when the suspension does have travel there, it's going to allow that tire to clear that area without scraping or ruining the tire or anything like that, or really just even damaging the car. And so I have the Koenig heliograms that I've been wanting to put on the car for a while, but those have the Nitto NT01s on them, and it's just a wider setup. It's another ½ inch wider. And so those I could not run comfortably without actually hitting the inner side of the fender here, so hence why we are rolling them today, and that way I can actually put on the heliograms sooner. So anyways, we are heading over to Chris's house, so we're gonna hop in the RSX here. I'm gonna throw on the GoPro, and I'll see you once we get there. All right guys, so we are on the road to Chris's house, and I just realized I don't even remember the last time I made a driving video in this car. Was it the exhaust? The subframe? I can't remember. I honestly can't even remember. It's been so freaking long. But as far as how the RSX is driving, it's driving pretty good. As far as how I'm driving, well, I've driven better. It's kind of weird still after the surgery to use my clutch leg, since that was like the leg that was affected. But it feels okay. It just kind of feels uneasy every time I lift my leg up to like rest on my butt to press in on the clutch. But for the most part though, I mean, it's getting better and better. I'm just really excited to get the Fenders rolled and then be able to throw on the heliograms, because I've just been dying to throw those on since like what? It was December, I think, when I made that video, December or January. It's been so freaking long that I can't even remember. But besides that though, I love sitting in this car. I love driving this car, I love sitting in this car. It's got such good vibes, and just the seats, getting those restored, getting the steering wheel done, and then just obviously keeping a clean interior just makes this thing, it just really has good cockpit vibes. I almost would say I like sitting in this interior almost as much as the Evo interior. I mean, we're talking economy cars at a certain point, but I just, yeah, I really just love this interior. And the only thing that would just take this to the next level would be some DC5 Recaros. And trust me when I say I am always on the search for some DC5 Recaros. Needless to say, what a money pit. Love it, but it's a money pit. Dude, I don't think I'm hitting VTEC on this drive. There's no way. Maybe. There we go. Alright guys, so we just made it to Chris's place, and this should look familiar from the last time we were here doing the Fender rolling. So getting the RSX up, we're going to pop off the rear wheels here, and then we're going to just kind of jump straight in. And Chris, you're a pro. You've done this. How many Fenders have you rolled in your lifetime? At least documented on film. At least two. At least two.
It's not something I do for
fun. Well, no, it's not something you do for the public, right?
Yeah, it's not something I do for everybody. Like, I don't work on everybody's stuff.
This is a special friend thing. So everybody just needs to find a Chris wherever you live in the world, in the country.
Yeah.
Just find the guy with the coolest garage with all the coolest shit, and then you know, maybe by chance he's good at rolling Fenders.
Yeah, find somebody that actually gives a shit about it.
Yeah, about your car. But anyways, got the S2000 up here on the lift. This is boosted, so he's doing a transmission on this, and GS below, and then GTR and Supra. And so he's always working on something fun. What do you guys think? Boosted S2000 on the YouTube channel eventually, someday? I think it has to be red though. Chris found a little bit of a seam sealer up here around the corner here, so I'll kind of show you. Look at that. It looks like a piece of gum. Basically, whenever you're rolling a fender, obviously you want to clear out everything from the back side of the fender, mainly for the fact that you're rolling that up and it's going to pretty much seal that in there.
Let it be flat.
Yeah.
You have a bubble right
That wouldn't look good, right? That would look horrible. All right, so I went ahead and I cleaned the inside of the fender here. So I just took a towel, a little bit of quick detailer, wiped it out. There's a little bit of seam sealer in there, but I don't think it's going to cause an issue because we're not going to roll them that flat. So Chris is going to, heat everything up and start the magic.
Yep.
And I think...
We're going to check clearance on the roller first to make sure that the fender roller is clearance for the height of the car. And really?
I just don't want this. I just don't want this to come bulging out of the side.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, I don't want it to come out either.
So I'm bringing you guys upside down because I can't bend that way, but you know, we're gonna figure this out.
But what I do want the YouTube world to know for Mr. Anthony, there's cobwebs on this bitch.
Hey, dude, it was a rough couple months. It was a rough couple months for me. So it's been sitting around for a little bit. So get the fender roller mounted onto here, and you can tell obviously he's done some fender rolling because you know. You gotta have a couple of love marks on there, but no, most of the stuff I've seen on YouTube, I mean, basically, some people accept the fact that paint cracking is a thing. It can be a thing, but you don't want the paint to crack. So I'm seeing some videos where people go, yeah, I'm losing some paint.
It's always a possibility.
Yep.
But we're gonna do everything we can to ensure it doesn't happen, and we're not going to get greedy. So.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna show people kind of an up close at what you're capable of fitting on a car. Chris, what are these? These are 18 by what? These are 18 by 11?
Yeah, 18 by 11 Koenigs.
Crazy.
On race days, we check tire pressures probably 40 times.
Honestly, me and Chris were actually just talking off camera. This car is like, it's way too clean. This car has like 50,000 miles on it. And he races it, and he drives it hard, and I think he needs to retire it and drive a crappier version of this car because
we're not going to drive a crappier one. We're just going to build one that we don't care as much about.
Yeah, dude, those are some Brembos that have actually been used.
Yeah, Brembos.
Brembos. Yeah, there's gyro discs, right? 2-piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually Evo 10 brakes, Evo 10 calipers, and Evo 10 rotors.
Okay, so I know most people are going to watch this and think, okay, Anthony, just distribute the fender rolling. So what you're doing right now is you're finding the right angle, right?
Yep.
So this is like an Eastwood roller is who makes them usually, right? So Eastwood roller mounts onto the lugs, and then he's going to find the right angle here, in which, I mean, I'm guessing, right, my fender lip is like this. We're going to try to bring it up like this, so it's going to be a...
Your fenders have been pulled
downward, yeah.
So instead of being flat, they're kind of hovering down a little bit because I'm guessing they grabbed the
tire and just pulled it down, yeah.
But they're not damaged, but I mean you can feel the inside though
where it's caught, yeah.
I don't want to, if you think about it, like I'm not heating it up to like bubble the paint or like get like wicked hot, but if you think about especially a black car, think about Arizona, middle of the summer, this is probably 180 degrees, like it gets hot. Well, maybe not 180, but it gets really, really hot. So if I can at least get it to the point where I can touch it, not melt my hand off, but not hold my hand on it, that tells me, hey, paint is warm enough to start move. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, I think you're probably the most meticulous about doing this because I've seen, you know, like everybody else, even people watching this video, we all do research and we all look on YouTube. Okay, how do you roll the fender on this car or this car or this car, right? Because you think every car is different. Well, I was obviously looking for stuff on this car, and you're right, people just get greedy really fast and they kind of just start going for as much as they can because they just want to get their wheels on, right? Yep. But really, this is going to be the difference between, you know, knock on wood, you not needing to respray anything.
Yep, and it's like even right now we've gone, what, 3 passes, and it's, so the fender was kind of I mean, normal's here, right? Yours were about there.
Okay.
So now they're maybe here.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
a process.
yeah, that's about straight. So all of this that
Okay.
you're visually seeing,
Yeah.
that's all you're seeing, right? Like we're only fucking with the inside. So this line is still going to be the exact same. Like that's another thing that, you know, when anybody gets anything done to a car, they get into like, oh, I want to feel it. I want to feel what happened with the change I did, right? Like new tires, suspension, turbo, cams, whatever. I want to feel the power. And most of the customers are people that I've rolled fenders for. It's like they get in their car and they're like, doesn't feel any different.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's not rubbing anymore, is it?
Yeah. Back in January, I was in Florida. I went to Adam Elsie's compound. So I don't know if you know who Adam Elsie is. He's a drifter, but he's got an R34, you know, V-Spec, right? I think it's like V-Spec 2, Midnight Purple, right?
Yeah.
And he's on TE37s, right? And, you know, I was like, I walk up and I go, dude, I'm like, this would be a stressful car. Because I went and felt, you know, obviously his lips were rolled on it, but I'm like, this would be one of those cars that I just, dude, it would stress me out. I mean, personally. But, you know, what are they, 250,000, 240,000, right?
They're
Something
not
like
cheap.
that.
Well, it's, I mean, don't get me wrong, the money is a lot, but it's the rarity of it. You can't just go find another one. Like it's same with the Supra. It's like, if that car gets wrecked,
Yeah.
I can't just go to the fucking dealership and buy another one. Like it's
You can't like you first did.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like to find another car that's that clean, that's modded the way I want, that has all the stuff on it that it has. It's not doable.
Yeah.
It's still hot.
Yeah.
And it's like I could have kept pulling, could have kept coming,
But you're gonna
but
readjust.
we're gonna readjust and move it just a skosh. After a long day of work, using, you know, brain all day and like coming out and doing something physical, and this is stress relief to me. That's why I work on all these cars. It's like it's stress relief. It lets me think about
Other things.
yeah,
Or nothing, right?
Yeah, it lets me think about other shit at work and life and whatever else is going on.
We go to, you know, move something in the engine bay and we lose our, you know, our 10 millimeter down into the depths of hell, and you know, we'll find it again in 5 years. Chris doesn't lose that kind of stuff.
Bullshit. Stuff gets lost, but I will say that my cars seem to break less than most.
Yeah.
When, you know, not talking shit about my autocross boys, Puvon, Bartley, I love you boys, but your cars break a lot. I mean, feel that one compared to the other one. Now it's what are you trying to do with the car, right? If it's like, hey, I'm just trying to fit these tires.
Well,
I think another pass or two.
What do you think? Like another one more pass? You think?
I think probably another pass or two, and
Okay. Call it good.
we'll call it.
Okay.
And at that point, so what I tell anybody I roll fenders for is we don't, again, get greedy.
Yep.
And so we'll leave it kind of unbroken, right? To just, because again, not getting greedy, we don't want paint to crack, we don't want to mess anything up, we don't want the body to bow out, we don't want to create a dent in the body, which, I mean, got to learn somehow, and I did it on my own cars, and pulled too hard, and body went in. So, so I tell anybody I'm working on that, hey, we'll leave it, you know, as is, not aggressive, and if slap the new tires, the new wheels, whatever you have on, or whatever you're going for, put them on. If they rub, bring it back.
Okay.
And we'll figure it out. We'll figure out where it's rubbing, how much more we need to go.
Okay.
Finish it. Like that previously, and it's
Done.
like that.
That's done. I'm happy with that. All right, so we are good on the driver's side. So driver's side is done and everything feels awesome. So everything is nice and rolled up in there. So again, more clearance here. And yeah, dude, I think we're gonna be good to go. What do you think? There's a hair, oh my God, not the hair. Not the hair on the car.
Yeah, I think it went well. No cracks.
No cracks, dude. Yeah?
There you go.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then, like I said, if it rubs, then roll.
I don't think it will. I think
I don't think it will either, but if it does,
believe if
you
it,
can always do more, you can do less.
correct. And what's nice is that even if it does rub, now it's going to come rub up at an angle and not pull. It won't pull it down. Yeah, it won't pull it down. Yeah. All right, guys. So we just got back home from Chris's. It's late in the night now. I was trying to film something on the way home, but it was just too dark to see anything anyway. But it's all good. We're back home safe and sound, and I would consider tonight to be a successful fender rolling session, and now the rear fenders are now rolled on the RSX, which is going to give us more clearance. And so we didn't go super crazy. I think actually the Civic has a slightly more aggressive roll than the RSX, but feeling up underneath here, it really is just a nice kind of upward angle now, which is going to allow more clearance for the tire. Chris, you're amazing. Thank you again for doing this. You guys all need to find yourself a Chris somewhere in the world that is talented at many things and obviously has a cool garage to hang out in. It really was just kind of fun doing something car related like this again after it's been so many months, and it really just kind of felt like something normal to do again, which is really cool. So thank you, Chris, for doing this, and hopefully you guys learned something new in the process. Fender rolling, it is kind of scary. You know, honestly, if you have somebody that has more experience than you, I highly recommend having somebody like them do it, or just even practicing on just like crap cars. I mean, I'm not saying take like an Eastwood fender roller to a junkyard, but like maybe, right? Because then you can get a bunch of practice in and see if you can become really good at it. So as always, hopefully you guys enjoy the Acura RSX content. And as always, if you guys want to see more, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe down below for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's All Day Anthony. Peace.